Hey guys! So yesterday we finished reading The Giver, which is super exciting. Today we are going to be learning a little bit more about central idea and theme in two poems and then relating them back to Jonas's decision to leave the community. So we'll be talking about theme and central idea. Again, the definition of theme is a universal lesson learned. We know this definition. We know that universal means that the theme has nothing to do with the characters or the action in the story, but just the lesson that anyone can learn from the situation. And that central idea is the main idea of the passage. You don't need to write this down on your paper because you've already written it down roughly 10 times before. Today we're going to start by reading the poem called If We Must Die by Claude McKay. I'm going to read it out loud and you will be following along on your papers. Then we will try to figure out what the central idea and the theme of this poem is. So be reading along as I read aloud. If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in a humiliating spot, while round us bark the mad and angry dogs, making their mock at our cursed lot. If we must die, oh let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Then even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us, though dead. O kinsmen, we must meet the common foe. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Like men, we'll face the murderous, cowardly pack, pressed to the wall, dying but fighting back. So go ahead and read that poem one more time on your own, and then we're going to try to figure out what the central idea and the theme is. So our first question is, what is the central idea of the poem? A man encourages his allies to fight for what is right as they fight against a stronger power. B, a person gives a speech about war and the horrors of battle. C, a man is dying but shares his regrets one last time. Or D, a man tells his fellow fighters to kill as many enemies as they can. So I'm automatically going to cross out C and D. The poem's not about a man dying. Most of it is about fighting of some sort. And I'm also going to cross out D. A man tells his fellow fighters to kill as many enemies as I can. Because in the poem, it actually says, let us nobly die, which means that they're not just going to be killing people to kill them. So I'm left with A and B. A man encourages his allies to fight for what is right as they fight against a stronger power. Or B, a person gives a speech about war and the horrors of battles. Go ahead and make your selection now. The correct answer is A. A man encourages his allies to fight for what is right as they fight against a stronger power. So he's saying that if we're going to have to die, let's not be like pigs being slaughtered. Let's go out, go out fighting. And so he said that even if they're laughing at us and mocking us, if we have to die, we're going to do it nobly so that even the people who kill us will know that we were brave and strong. So he's encouraging his allies to fight to the death for what is right. Now we need to find a detail that supports this central idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross out part A in this question stem and write fight for what is right. I need you guys to do that now. Cross out part A and write in your answer that you chose for part A. So now we have part B. What detail from the poem best supports your answer, which is fight for what is right? And for their 1,000 blows, deal one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Like men will face the murderous, cowardly pack, but fighting back. If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in a humiliating spot. So I'm going to automatically cross out 2. I'm going to cross out A and B. And for their 1,000 blows, deal one death blow. That more matches the one about killing people, and we know that that's not the central idea. So we know that it's not the detail that's going to support the central idea. What though before us lies the open grave? We also said the main idea of the poem is not about death, so we can cross out this one as well. That leaves us with C and D. So we're looking for an answer that supports the idea that you need to fight for what's right. So, is it C, like men will face the murderous cowardly pack but fighting back? Or D, if we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in a humiliating spot? The answer is C. I can automatically see that there is fight in the question stem and also fighting in the answer. C tells us like what men will face the murderous cowardly pack, so we'll face the aggressors, the enemies, but we're going to be fighting back. We're not going to back down. So we know that C is the correct answer here. Moving on, we're going to talk about theme. Part A, what is the theme of the poem? So we know that the main idea is about fighting for what's right, and the guy telling his allies to fight for what's right. So which of these themes matches that central idea? A, death is a terrifying experience. B, fight for what you believe in. C, always fight your enemies. D, don't make fun of your enemies. I'm going to automatically cross out answers A and D. Death is a terrifying experience. We've already said that death is not the central idea of the poem. And don't make fun of your enemies. That's not what they're talking about here. We're talking about something about fighting for what is right, getting people to rise as one to defend themselves from some sort of stronger power. So our choices are fight for what you believe in or always fight your enemies. Make your selection now. Hold on 1 second while my computer freaks out for a minute. So the answer is fight for what you believe in. We said that the central idea is about a guy telling his friends to fight for what's right. So fight for what you believe in makes the most sense here. Now I need to find a detail. Again, I'm going to cross out part A and write in my answer. So our answer is fight for what you believe in. So what detail from the poem best supports your answer to fight for what you believe in? Make sure you write in the answer here now. Is it A, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, making their mock at our cursed lot? Oh, let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies an open grave? So I'm going to automatically cross out 2. I'm going to cross out C and D. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. That sort of matches the idea that you should be killing your enemies, and that is not the theme of the poem or the central idea. I'm also going to cross out what though before us lies the open grave, because we said that the theme is nothing about death or graves or anything like that. So we're left with A and B. Go ahead and make your selection now. The correct answer is B. Oh, let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. So saying fight for what you believe in, if you're fighting for what you believe in, you're fighting for what's right, then you're going to die nobly if you do die. You're going to die for the right cause. So this is why B is the correct answer. A is not the correct answer because it's talking about mocking the weaker opponent. And we already said that that is not the theme of the poem. The theme of the poem is about fighting for what you believe in, so B is the correct answer here. Just a little background information. This poem is written by a man named Claude McKay in 1919. As you can tell, he is a black man, so knowing what we do about American history, we can infer that in 1919, the situation for black people in this country was not that great. Obviously, there was a lot of racism, there was a lot of prejudice and discrimination. So think about that when you think about what this poem means. And you think about what the man and the speaker in our poem wants to fight up against and to rise up against. We can infer that the speaker is talking about rising up against racism and discrimination in the United States. Go ahead and close your Chromebooks now. Make sure your entire I&M portion of your worksheet is filled out completely, and let's get ready to move to guided practice.